India in January 2025. Mahakumbh in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Docking in space from Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. The only nation in the world which is simultaneously celebrating its ancient civilization and the modern space technology. For example, crores of people from India and across the world are currently congregating to take the holy dip at the Hindu festival of the Kumbh Mela, a festival that has been followed since centuries as per planetary combinations and movements. That is us, surviving, inheriting and taking ahead India's ancient cultural heritage. Most countries across the world, especially in the Western world, do not have such an ancient history that is still standing that Hindustan currently has. But the fact is that the Western world, for example, is ahead of us in space technology. So India is going for that too right now. An achievement only marked by the United States of America, Russia and China. An elite space club, so to say. India has now made an entry into that club too. The Indian Space Research Organization has created history for India, and again, this time with the space docking mission successfully completed on 16 January 2025. Earlier, the experiment was even delayed a few times because ISRO wanted to be absolutely sure of success, and it has achieved that success this week. Remember, this comes in barely 3 days after Prime Minister Modi dedicated to the nation 3 war vessels, INS Surat, Nilgiri and Vakshir, adding to India's naval arsenal and also pushing the self-reliance, the Atmanirbhar Bharat aspect as well in the defense sector. And then ISRO shared the space docking process of the SpaDeX satellites. It begins with the completion of a maneuver from 15 meters to 3 meters hold point. This is days after 2 satellites were brought together. The statement that came in basically, and I want to quote it here, retraction completed smoothly, followed by rigidization and stability. Docking successfully completed. Clearly positive words coming in from the ISRO. So basically a PSLV C-60 rocket carried 2 small satellites, namely SDX-01 and 02 with 24 payloads from the Satish Dhawan Space Center. What is the docking technology? Why is it so special if you're wondering? Docking is a process by which 2 fast-moving spacecraft are brought into the same orbit, brought closer to each other manually or autonomously, and finally joined together. It is for one common goal eventually in space. This capability is necessary for carrying out missions that require a heavy spacecraft that a single launch vehicle may not be capable of lifting off with. So the fact is that it is undertaken in harsh conditions and zero gravity makes it extremely complicated as well. The successful execution of this mission will lay the foundation for future missions of ISRO, for example, the Chandrayaan 4. At a cost of about 370 crore rupees, for India, this is still in budget compared to how 3 other nations have put in and invested their money. For example, let me tell you about China. They decided to demonstrate their space docking capabilities back in 2011 and spent about $6 billion on their manned space program, and since 1992, of which $3 billion was spent developing advanced capabilities for rendezvous and the docking itself. This has come in from official space agencies on how they are investing this money. The successful execution of this mission will lay the groundwork as well, remember, for autonomous docking, which is vital for missions like the Chandrayaan. Furthermore, this mission is also a prerequisite for missions like the Gaganyaan that we are planning for and setting up of the Bharat Antriksh Space Station as well. The major goal of this mission specifically have been, for example, develop and demonstrate technology for rendezvous and docking using the spacecraft, showcase the controllability in the docked conditions, demonstrate the potential for extending the life of the target spacecraft, and test power transfer between the docked spacecrafts. India may have started from this visual on a bicycle taking the parts of the space mission. But it was the continued talent and determination of our scientists in India and with political will over the years that ensured today we are a part of the global elite space club and collaborations. It will help us understand the universe better. And through India's efforts, the world will know the universe better too. People are definitely watching, they're observing how India is adding on to the space missions. Remember, India's capabilities was underestimated. And a country that definitely faces many challenges internally, but it has also shown a remarkable level of passion and vision to not feel defeated, and that we may have limited resources, but nevertheless with that budget as well, we will continue to move ahead. India's history shows that we have always had intelligent astronomers and astrologers. This is even before the world was starting to understand about this wide unknown world. It is no surprise then why we have a scientific temper and are taking this ahead into the future and for the world. When you have strong roots, marching ahead becomes easier. Thank you for watching.